Hello, I'm Ludia from Group 3, and my team members are Gautam, Monica, Rohan, and Vijender. Today, we as a team 3 going to present our project plan of our client, Government General Hospital. Following are the content of our project plan. First one, task list, critical path, entity relationship diagram, data flow diagrams in that context level and level 0. Task list is prepared using Gantt chart in MS Project. The total duration of this project is 8 weeks, that is around 58 days. There are total number of 40 tasks that needs to be executed. And this project is executed using Agile methodology through sprints. Each sprint carried 2 weeks. During every sprint, the client Government General Hospital will work closely with the team and see the efforts and accommodate if there is any requirements are required. Here, every task has a pre-decided task that needs to be finished first before executing the next task. Initially, scheduling meeting and get introduced with the team and discuss project scope, goal, and objective, and determine the project timeline and budget and create a detailed project plan with a milestone, deliveries and resources required. And therefore, we will identify the required functional requirements and analyze existing hospital management system if there is any problems or additional requirements are needed or not. And other key milestones of this project is planning, where the project charter is made. And the next phase is execution phase. Here, we will develop the system's architecture and design. We will develop database, VB scripts, in forms and user interfaces, and implement the business logic and functionality given by the Government General Hospital. Therefore, we will perform the testing and debugging and provide a technical support and maintenance, enhance system-based user feedback and other requirements. And the next phase is monitoring and controlling. Here we will test the system and train the client and conduct project evaluation and documentation. Review lessons, what all things we have learned during this project. Moreover, it is important to improve the continuous monitor and update the project plan throughout it and ensure we will remain on track and aligned with the project goals and objectives in further reference.
My name is Vijender from Team 3. I am going to explain the critical path, which is the next task. And the critical path task must be finished on time to avoid the delaying, which are nothing but dependent tasks. So all critical tasks are highlighted in red in the image shown. Needs to be finished on time with zero slack, and which helps and zero slack helps to streamline workflows and improve the communication among the teammates, which improves the project success.
Here is a database system we have developed for our project. We have created 7 entities in this project. First one is admin, second one is appointment info entity, third one is doctor entity, fourth one is patient details, fifth one is medical history, and then sixth one is prescription info entity, and the last one is patient description. When coming to the admin entity, so in this primary key is admin ID, where the primary key consists of single or multiple columns, so which is considered as a primary key in the admin entity. So it has in the admin entity, it has different types of role ID, username, and then password. Coming to the appointment info, the primary key is appointment ID in the appointment info, and then comes all the attributes. When coming to the doctor, the primary key is doctor ID, and the foreign key, it is a set of attributes that refers a candidate key, which is a primary key value there is a logical relationship between the database objects represented by the rows, so that is called as foreign key. So in doctor entity, appointment id is the foreign key. Based on the appointment info, uh, there we take a foreign key from that table. And then coming to the patient details, so here there are different types of attributes: patient id, first name, last name, address, city, email, state, age, date of birth, doctor id, and then admin id. So here there is a common attribute called doctor id and admin id, which is a foreign key. These both are the foreign keys which are taken from the doctor table and then the admin table. When coming to the medical history entity, here the attributes are patient id, which is considered as a foreign key from the patient details entity. And then comes the date of examination, the diagnosis for the patient, and then the medications given to the patient. And then next attribute is related to the appointment id and then prescription id. These both are having a foreign keys from the appointment info table and then the prescription info entity. So these are considered as a foreign keys in the medical history table. Then coming to the prescription info, here we have a primary key as prescription id. So in this we have different types of attributes: medicine type and the dosage, start date and the end date. uh, and then coming to the foreign key, here it has patient id and then doctor id. Patient id is taken from the patient details, and then doctor id is from the doctor entity table. These are considered as a foreign keys. And the last one is patient description. Here we are taking the patient details, each and every information uh, from the patient details table. So we consider the patient id as foreign key here. Based on the patient occupation and the diagnosis and the blood group, we take an appointment. So this is the overall overview of the uh, entity relationships.
Coming to the entity relationships, the relationship between the admin and the appointment info is one to many, as one or more appointments can be made by the admin. The relationship between the admin and the patient detail is 0 to many and retrieves the information from the patient entity details. Coming to the next one, the relation between the appointment info and the patient details is 1 to many, where the appointment can be made based on the patient informations. Um, the relation between the doctor and the patient is 0 to many because as a doctor can treat many number of patients and the patient details are recorded by the admin, and also the patient can consult the doctor as many times as he can. Coming to the next one, we are just elaborating the project on maintaining physical medical records into the database system. So for this, we have taken an entity called medical history, which has a one and only one relation between medical history and patient details. So here we take information from the patient ID, which is on unique ID based on the diagnosis, appointment, and the medication she will be treated. Coming to the next one, the relation between the prescription info and the patient details is one and only one, as the prescription gives information regarding the patient medicines type and the time of dosage. The relationship between the patient description and the patient details is one and only one, as the patient description details are stored in the patient descriptions table.
Coming to the data flow diagram, I will start with the context level diagram. A context level diagram illustrates how external entities interact with an internal software system. We used it because it helps us understand a system scope. We can determine how to design a new system and its requirements in the best way possible, or we can even enhance an existing system. So the context level DFD for the hospital management system define the overview of overall hospital management system, and it can also be called as an abstract view of the overall system. So here the entire system is represented as a single process system with its relationship with the external entities such as admin staff or the doctor or nurses or the patient with the hospital management system. Now, coming to the relation between the processes, we could see that the hospital admin can manage the credentials or they can send or show the medical reports and the hospital management system, and from the hospital management system they can see what the treatment has been given and they can save the details and they can check the doctor availability and they can also check the patient details. And when coming to the doctor and the hospital management system, the doctors or nurses, they can log in or reset the password, or they can check the patient diagnosis report and send it across, and they can check or cancel the appointment, and they receive the patient details, or they can check the patient appointment list. And when coming to the patient and the system, a patient can log in or reset the password, or they can take the doctor appointment, or they can provide the details, and the system can check the patient profile, or system can check the appointment confirmation or the medical reports. And going to the next slide, let's see about the level 0 diagram. So this level is considered as an extended version of the previous diagram. So here we have 5 sub-processes of the hospital management system. These sub-processes comprise the important functions of the system which complete the whole project. The hospital management system sub-processes are login, manage employees, manage patient, manage appointment, and generate medical reports. These processes specify the flow of the data that may enter and exit the system. Here, the data stores are doctor, nurse, and patient, and the inputs are given by doctor, nurse, or patient, or a hospital admin. So that's about the project plan of our hospital management system. Please let us know if you have any questions, and thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And if you have any questions, please do post us and have a nice day.